the most skillful fighter at 135 would be hands down Shakur Stevenson.
In order for people to realize, because all the boxing fans realize, like Shakur's a great example. He's not really a household name, but he should be. I mean, he's an elite fighter. He's so good, but he needs like a big, high-profile fight.
Shakur is an amazing fighter. You know, he's gonna have a great career. Crazy skills, good boxing ability, and I will always be proud of him. Always. You know, that's why, even like Shakur, you know, I had a chance to train him the other day in the gym.
He don't think that I should be the B side of this shit. Of this upcoming fight. And he think I should be the A side. And he really felt strongly about it, but no, it is what it is, bro. I appreciate Floyd. That's my guy. I wouldn't even never say nothing bad.
When Floyd Mayweather Jr. starts breaking down Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez, people listen. Floyd doesn't give skill compliments easily. If he says it, he means it.
So Floyd, when you think about the fighters who are fighting now, can you give me your 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 when it comes to the lightweight? The lightweight, who you would put where?
Well, you got guys fighting between 130, 135, and 140. They stack, you know, around that area. So, I mean, as of right now,
skills that pay the bills.
The most skillful fighter at 135 will be hands down Shakur Stevenson.
And what is it about him? Because I know he have a lot of good attributes, but do you think he has enough power to sustain?
Well, it's really all about skills. Pernell Whitaker wasn't a huge puncher, but he was, I mean, very exciting, very tough, and he fought everybody. And Shakur is trying to do the same thing. He want to fight the best they got.
This time, Floyd didn't hesitate. He said Shakur Stevenson is on a completely different technical level. According to Floyd, Shakur is simply more skilled and will outclass Teofimo with control, timing, and ring IQ. That opinion matters because this isn't random. There's real mentor-student history here.
You already know. I promise you already. T.O. better be working. Cause I promise you I put in so much work this camp. Let's do it. I'm just checking in with y'all real quick, lady.
Floyd has been around Shakur's training camps. He's watched the work, the discipline, and how Shakur plans rounds ahead. That's why his confidence sounds calm, not loud. For Floyd, this fight isn't about power or trash talk. It's about who truly understands boxing.
Your 135 contemporaries have a lot to say these days. Shakur Stevenson, well, of course he's now 135 after all that stuff, and then Devin Haney.
Right, so why people even talk like he the best at, he didn't even fight at 135 yet.
Right.
He didn't even have power at 126, 30 or none of that.
He is good.
Okay. How can you, all that's just okay. How can you stop people that can actually hit? No matter all that boxing, you going to get hit. What you going to do when you...
He sees Shakur doing the same thing Floyd built his career on. Making elite fighters feel rushed, frustrated, and confused without forcing exchanges. And when a man who retired undefeated on pure skill says someone will outclass another elite fighter, that's not hype. That's respect.
You know, if you can keep your opponent off balance. For instance, let me just give you an example. It's like T.O. explodes. There's a subtlety before he explodes with his offense. And as soon as Shakur sees that, he's anticipating something to come. He knows he's going to explode in. So what does Shakur do? T.O. takes a big step in. Shakur takes a big step back. You know, again, always understanding because he has great eyes. You know, great eyes, understands boxing very well and movements. And Shakur is going to step out of range and make T.O. fall short.
Floyd isn't predicting chaos. He's predicting separation. One fighter reacting while the other controls everything. And history shows when Mayweather spots that pattern early, he's usually right. Right after Floyd says this, the the conversation shifts perfectly to Timothy Bradley Jr., who explains how it happens, and this is where it gets interesting.
For Tio to have his success against Shakur, and what I noticed when Zepeda had success against Shakur was he has to take him in the he has to get to him in the pocket. He has to. He has to make Shakur sit in the pocket with him. Tio is a counterpuncher naturally by heart. Like, he's not like an aggressive fighter. You know, he likes guys to come to him. You know, give you an example. You know, you had a guy, a Barboza, who was going to him, and what did you see? Shakur knows how to play that game of patience, the game of, you know, waiting, the game of, you know, drawing your offense out, you know, because Shakur, he stays right between that outside and mid-range, and he's like one step away from getting outside of range all the.
Listening to Tim Bradley, you can tell this isn't social media talk. This is deep film study. His main point is simple. This fight isn't about hands, it's about feet. Teofimo needs his feet set to explode. Shakur lives to disrupt that rhythm. Teofimo loads up, Shakur slides half a step back, and the punch hits nothing. Confidence drains with it.
I think, you know, with Teofimo Lopez, besides the explosions, man, and the quickness, I watched the big looping left, watched the big looping right, you know. If you can get away from the first step, you know, of Teofimo Lopez, you know, and cut on an angle, you know, he's going to be going exploding straight forward. There's times where Tio leaves his feet. I mean, there's a lot of flaws in Tio's game that I think a guy like Shakur, who's more disciplined, is going to be able to exploit.
Tim isn't saying Teofimo is slow or basic. He's saying his explosiveness has a pattern, and Shakur reads patterns like subtitles. Bradley described Shakur as calm but dangerous.
I think the way Tio can get this done is that he's gonna have to be more aggressive, you know, and that's not his strong suit. You know, he's gonna have to get really aggressive. He's gonna have to get Shakur on the ropes. He's gonna have to work his hands, speed combinations, you know, and do that as often as possible. Because if the fight is fought in the center of the ring, he's gonna struggle. He's gonna struggle if the fight is fought in the center of the ring, man. You know, so the ropes gonna have to be Teofimo's friend, meaning pinning Shakur on the ropes. That hand speed and running off those combinations is definitely gonna have to be his approach.
That means stacking attacks and forcing Shakur into the pocket, which is extremely hard against someone who controls distance so well. Shakur's jab resets Teofimo. His footwork keeps him off balance. Suddenly, the fight feels longer and more frustrating.